Hello. How are you? I hope you're very well. My name's Amy, in case you don't know, but you probably do, so you're like, shut up. Rude. Anyway, lots of you guys who watch my videos are actors, and obviously I am also an actor. And part of being an actor is having to go to auditions. And also being nervous and having stage fright and all these fun things. So I thought that what I would do was talk about audition nerves. I think personally that there's different types of nerves. I know that there are for me. I'm a different kind of nervous for an audition than I am for a show. And I thought that I would talk about some of the things that I do to help myself get over those nerves before an audition. If you enjoy the video, please do give it a big thumbs up. Please subscribe down below and click the notification bell as well so you're notified when I upload. I'm doing a video every single day in December. I know, it's not gonna be Vlogmas because I don't have the time to do Vlogmas. So if you want to watch that, then definitely make sure to subscribe. And as I say, no, I haven't told you yet, the name of it is gonna be December, like December. I know, it's a really bad name, so if anybody has any other ideas for names, please let me know. Let's jump into it. If you don't know, by the way, what an audition is when you are in shows and things, you have to audition to get parts. So in this, I'm going to be talking about auditions for shows, drama schools, whatever. And these are just the tips that I've used when I have been preparing for auditions. So my first one is definitely to be as prepared as possible. It sounds really obvious, but saying be prepared isn't that helpful. So the things that I do to make sure that I'm prepared are, even if you don't need to take copies of your music or monologue, I always print out 2 copies of each anyway, and I have 2 folders of them just in case. Like, I'm a worrier. I worry about everything that there is to worry about in the world, so I am always overly prepared. It makes me feel calmer, so I always have 2 copies of my sheet music and I always have 2 copies of my monologue or whatever else I have to prepare. Another thing that I do to be prepared, so this is, I don't obviously have to do this now because I live in London, but when I didn't live in London and I used to come down for auditions, what I would do is I would try to book a hotel that was as close to my location as possible. So if I was auditioning for a drama school, I would try to get one in that area of London. It kind of eradicates the worry of like travel and things. I have had times where I've had to just book like the cheapest hotel I could find and then travel to the venue. But if I could, I try to book one as close as possible, and then like if you're having to go on the underground or get buses and public transport or even in the car, like you just can't guarantee on like traffic and things. So try to get somewhere where you could walk to, really. And also if you are traveling to your location, I personally always leave over an hour extra time. So say I had to be there at 9 and it took me an hour to get there, I would leave at 7. Me personally, I would rather go and find a Starbucks or a Costa or something, go and get a drink and sit in there for an hour than be panicking with not enough time to get there. I like to be comfortable in my surroundings. I just think that it just alleviates the stress. I went to an audition once where me and my friend were both going for the same audition and we both lived really close to each other. I personally would have left an hour earlier than she left, and she was like, no, we're leaving at this time. We did get there in time, but we got there with like 2 minutes to spare, and I was so panicked. I can't even tell you, like, I have travel anxiety anyway. I mean, it ended up being quite a good audition actually, but I was so nervous. It just threw me off for like the first hour of being there. It was like a whole day audition thing. Another thing that I would do in regards to being prepared is I always like to warm up before I leave the house. The thing is that if you try to warm up physically and vocally when you get there, there might not be a place to do that. So I always try to wake up nice and early, do a full one just before I leave so I'm definitely warm, and then say if it's physically warm, you know, on the tube and things, I personally would stand up on the tube or whatever just to make sure that your muscles are always moving. And vocally, you know, if you're waiting at a bus stop, it would be fine to be like, you know, just to keep that the warmth in your voice and the flexibility and movement there, especially if it's cold out. Another thing with regards to being super duper prepared, I personally always have my diary, or when I was doing drama school auditions, I had a folder and I printed out all of my correspondence. So if I got an email with details of my audition or whatever, I would have it printed out as well in my folder, because I know sometimes we can all have a tendency to be like, oh yeah, I've got the email, just scrolling through. What if you can't find it and you want to double triple check all of your details? I'd just suggest printing it right out. Okay, another thing with regards to being prepared, pick what you want to wear well in advance. Pick the thing that makes you feel comfortable. If it's a musical theatre audition, maybe you can take off your dress, have a leotard underneath, something like that, something that is moldable to the audition. If you'd like a video on about kind of what to wear for auditions and things, let me know and I will do one. But yeah, just try it on, make sure that, you know, look at it in different angles, different lights, see how it complements you, and then in the morning just have it laid out nice and ready, ironed and whatever. Just make sure that you are as prepared as possible. Another thing is to make sure that you have a good breakfast. Right, so if you're in a hotel as well, I know the tendency, you go to a hotel, you're like, oh, breakfast, you get full English, and then that fatty, greasy stuff is just gonna make your voice like, ugh, and super gross. So I would suggest going for something that's gonna give you a lot of energy, but isn't gonna be too like claggy in your voice. So I would go for something personally like fruit and toast, or like a cereal bar, but not actual cereal, because the milk and stuff, it can, you know, give you acid reflux or like phlegm or just all this gross stuff that you don't want. Another thing that I like to do is to do something really, really relaxing the night before so that I can get a good night's sleep, because there is nothing worse than when you go to bed the night before an audition and you literally just sit there thinking about all of the things that you're gonna have to do for your audition and stressing out and panicking. It just does you no good. Things that help me sleep is I like to watch a film before I go to bed. I like to go over my audition pieces so I know that they're all sorted. Maybe I'll do like a nighttime routine, like an actual one for the night before an audition. But basically what I like to do is just go over audition songs. I like to watch a relaxing film, something that will normally send me to sleep. I love the Hunger Games, but honestly, like, you put the Hunger Games on and I'm asleep within like 9 minutes. You know, find what works for you personally. Find the things that make you relax the most and do those the night before and just chill out. Have a bath. Also, set 3 alarms. Not 1, not 2, set 3 alarms. Something else that I like to do in the morning is I like to listen to really calming music. Normally in the mornings, I like to listen to like Hamilton or like Freaky Friday or really, really upbeat musicals. Something that I have to do when I'm really nervous is listen to really, really chilled out stuff. So I have an acoustic hits playlist that I have on my iPhone, and they're so chilling. And like, you know, when you're doing your makeup, your hair, your whatever, packing your bag, although I like to pack my bag the night before, you know, doing all of your final checks and things, listen to some relaxing music. And then another thing to do when you're at your audition is to just breathe. Take minutes to sit on your own and breathe. Personally would suggest to be open to speaking to other people. The thing is that people at auditions can put you off sometimes. They can be a bit too much and a bit like, ah! You know what I mean? At auditions, people are a bit loud sometimes. But if you keep calm, relax, have nice chats with people, but don't get too like involved, then it's great. When I auditioned for the school that I eventually went to, I met one of my best friends in the world on that day, and we chatted all day, and it was so relaxing. And it just like, I know that both of us just felt a lot more comfortable having somebody to chat to. I ended up living with him at some point, and we met on that first audition day, and it was lovely. And oh, anyway, that was my audition tips, things. I hope that you enjoyed it. As I say, if you want a audition outfit and a nighttime routine before an audition morning, let me know and I will definitely do those videos. Please watch December, or give me a better name for it, and let me know some tips that you like to do, things that you like to do that help you get rid of nerves before an audition. Thanks so much for watching. I love you. Bye.